Hi class, I ran out of time in our OLL session today and I did not get a chance to highlight the making selections assignment. So I'm going to include this extra video along with the link to our learning session today. Because I'm making this at the last minute, I will not have closed captioning on this video. All right, this assignment, the making selections, is your first 100-point assignment. Here's an example, a similar example of what I'm looking for. You're going to have a tree and a foreground and a background, and the idea is for you to remove the sky and replace it with something else. There is a detailed grading rubric, so make sure you read through that. All right, I'm going to download the instruction file and the start file, which is a JPEG. I'll open this up and let's just make those side by side. All right, so I'm going to open up that JPEG. I'm going to show you what you guys are working with. Okay, first thing you want to do, that's your file, is you want to save it as a PSD file. PSD, okay, with your name, appended to the end. Okay, definitely, so then you can read through the instructions here. You'll see that this is not telling you how to do the assignment. I'm just giving you the guidelines for the assignment. So you want to make a duplicate of this. So I'm going to go ahead and make a duplicate of the original layer. And you can rename it. You can name it working layer or whatever you want to call it. Lock and hide the original. So I'm going to, this one, it's already locked, so I can just hide it. And then using the selection technique of your choice, remove the sky background. Replace it with another image of your choice. Do not delete the tree. Do not delete this tree. That is meant to be there, okay? You will be graded on how precise your removal of the background is. So there are some additional hints in here on what to do. So let's maximize this so we have the full space. So on this layer, how do I select the sky? Well, what tool would I use? So I could use the quick select, we could try that, maybe increase the size of my brush. But when I do that, okay, I'm getting some of that. It's not bad, right? I'm getting some selection. But that's actually not too bad, right? Let's see what's happening. Looks pretty good, right? Okay, I like it. Not bad. Whew. My computer is working hard, right? But I don't have everything. So that's not too bad. I did a pretty decent selection. And in fact, if I press delete right now, it gets rid of a lot of the sky. That's actually pretty good, right? I still have to come over here and get rid of that. Oh, but it also deleted a bunch of my tree branches. Control Z. We don't want that. You actually have to select out these fine branches. You're like, what? That's kind of crazy. Yes, it is. That's why it's a 100-point assignment. Control D. We'll try again. I could use the magic wand tool. And really what you're going to do is you're going to use a combination of tools. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure add to is selected, and I can just start picking the sky, right? Come in here. Okay, and then as we learned from lesson 2 weeks ago when we did, when I was showing you how to do change the color of those lilies, right? From blue to another color, this is the concept. So I made a few selections, then I can come up to select, grow, and that actually gave me a pretty decent selection. Select similar. I'm going to get even more, but you can see in here, it's got too much of the branches. So maybe that's not a good way. You could also see that I have all these blinking dots down here. That means those are selected as well. Control D. Okay. And one of the hints I give you in the assignment is that you could add a layer filled with I like to pick an obnoxious color to help you see what you're deleting. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add that layer in. Color layer. I'm just going to fill this layer, edit fill, with some obnoxious color. Oops. And I always pick like a green, right? Okay. So you don't see anything because obviously this layer is covering it. So what you could do is I've got to select a lot of the sky. So what I could do is I'm going to use the rectangular marquee, and I'm just going to select this, almost all of it. I have my add to. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do this guy off to the side. I'm going to select, whoops, we don't want a guide rope. Adding more. Okay. Adding more. Adding more. Okay. Adding more. Just making some block selections. Press delete. Oh, your teacher made the same mistake. I was clearly on the wrong layer. Control Z. I need to be on this layer, delete. I make that mistake all the time. Students make it. So you can see, all right, not too bad. I've made some selections. I've gotten rid of some of the background. I could come in with the eraser tool, right? And I could just Control D to deselect. I can start erasing. I get these edges up here. That's easy, right? Go use it carefully, right? And I could come in here and start erasing. Not hard, right? I can zoom in, as you should. And then go back to my eraser tool, make it smaller. And come in here and continue to erase. Okay? All right. And so that is how you're going to get the bulk of it, right? You can continue to use, you know, this is getting me the bulk of it. I'm holding the space bar down to move around, right? So I'm getting a lot of the tree. And then what you can do is you can switch back over to the magic wand and you can pick some of these areas and then press delete, right? And it's getting rid of, Control D, I can use my eraser. Those are easy to capture. Excuse me, but you want to be careful of these branches in here. So I would dial down my tolerance. I'm going to pick a 10 and I can just start selecting the sky in here. Okay. And you're like, are you serious, Sarah? We've got to do, yes, I am totally serious. That's what I'm looking for. So I just would press delete every so often and kind of check my progress, right? Or you will come in with an eraser tool and you can dial your eraser down to 1 pixel. Whoa, Control Z. I did not mean to delete all that. Come on. There we go. Sorry, here's my eraser tool. Yes. So make that very small. We're going to zoom in. Right? Go back to my eraser tool. Still not small enough. Zoom in here. Go back to my eraser tool, and I can start deleting pixel by pixel. Yes, 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 I do expect students to be deleting pixel by pixel if you want the full amount of points. And what I always say is I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian wants every pixel modified so she looks exactly the way she wants to look. So what you're looking to do is remove the background, okay? And then you're going to replace the background with something else. So I did not delete. Let's see if I have any pictures saved on my computer. So I'll just open up a browser tab. And my favorite Unsplash is my favorite site to go to. And I'll just do outer space. All right. Whoops. If I can spell it correctly. And then find a picture you like. All right, we'll just take this guy right here. We're going to download him. And what's great is you have the attribution right here, photo by Felix Werger on Unsplash. You could copy that to the clipboard and then paste that into a Word document or a Notepad file and then save it, because part of the requirement of this assignment is when you upload the finished file, if I can find where I have it here. Nope, this was the assignment we did in class today. Come on. Sorry, guys. Trying to do this all quick. Let me just open up the instructions. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Here's the assignment. Part of the requirements is when you submit it in the comments, you want to include the copyright attribution. Similar to a format like this, you know, you can just copy and paste that information right here on Unsplash. This is fine if you put that as the attribution. I'm okay with that. So that's what I'm looking for the attribution piece. All right, we downloaded the file. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to turn off this color layer and I want to put that other picture behind. Okay, so the way to do it, and these instructions are in the assignment and inside Canvas, the way I like to do it is File, Place Embedded. Do not choose Place Linked. Place Linked will actually link to a file on your computer. And if you don't send me the actual external file, it won't load up. So Place Embedded just puts the image as a layer in your file. So I do Place Embedded. I find the image, puts it in here, boom, there it is. You could rotate it if you want to this time. I can make it bigger. Maybe I'll just zoom out, right? Go onto this layer. It is a smart object. We talked about smart objects last week. I mentioned them. So it will come in as a smart object. That's okay. You don't have to worry about that. I can go edit, transform, rotate. We did this in class today. Actually, I'll go edit, transform, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. And then maybe I'll go edit, transform, scale, and I'll just make it super big. And so I'm getting that image behind, the new image is behind underneath the working layer. I can commit that. There you go. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. There's other requirements, adding some text, but I'll be looking at the precision of your selection. So, you know, you can do the bulk of the removal of the sky with a few clicks, but this piece right here will take you some time. Do not use the sky replacement feature. If you do, you'll receive a 0 on the assignment. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you. Good luck. I can't wait to see what you guys create.